Hi guys. So we are going to finish talking about habitats today. When we were talking about habitats, we were talking about how our plants adapt. Okay, what does the weather look like? Does it rain a lot? Does it get a lot of sunlight? Remember, not every plant can live everywhere in the world. So some habitats are drier than others. So what we are going to do is you guys are going to watch this little video and then we are going to talk about it and we will draw our own habitat today and we will label it, which is super fun. So take a few minutes, watch this video, and then we will get started.
Hi everyone, I'm Professor Esther Hester, and this is my nephew Lester. Today we are at a botanical garden. A botanical garden is a special kind of garden that has many different kinds of plants. How about we take a look around and decide which plant we want to plant in your backyard, Lester?
Okay, that sounds great.
These plants come from all over the world, but in here, we aren't seeing them in their natural habitats.
What?
Habitat. A place in nature where plants and animals usually live is called a habitat. For example, some plants are usually found in deserts. Other plants are mainly found in forests. And some plants are found only high up in the mountains. Those are all habitats.
My habitat is at my mom and dad's house.
It sure is, Lester. Plants in one habitat often look quite different from plants that live in a different habitat, but plants have special parts that help them survive where they live, like this one. Do you know what kind of plant this is?
I sure do. It's a cactus. I saw a lot of them when we were on vacation in Arizona.
That's right, Lester. This is a Saguaro cactus. Notice how it doesn't have any leaves? That's because it has to survive in a desert where there is very little water. If it had leaves, the water inside the cactus could escape through the leaves into the hot air, and it would dry up.
Kind of like when I sweat when I play baseball.
Exactly. So instead of leaves, the cactus has a tough skin that keeps the water inside. It also has these sharp spines to keep animals from chewing holes in its skin. All of these things help the cactus stay alive in the desert. But if you think that's interesting, wait till you see this. This plant is called a Venus flytrap, and it's one of the few plants that actually eats its food.
Wow, that plant eats food just like you and me?
It sure does. The Venus flytrap grows in places where the soil doesn't have all of the nutrients it needs to survive. So the Venus flytrap can capture and eat insects.
That looks like the palm trees I see at the beach.
That's right. Some kinds of palm trees, like this one, are usually found near water. See those coconuts? They're actually the seeds of that palm tree. Many types of coconuts can float, so that if they fall in the water, they can drift along until they reach dry ground, where they can begin to grow. And here's another kind of tree that I bet looks familiar.
We have one of these trees in our front yard.
Yep, these are called oak trees. In order to save energy during the winter, when it's colder and there's less sunlight, oak trees lose their leaves.
I know all about that. I'm in charge of breaking up all the leaves in our front yard.
Then, when spring comes and there's more sunlight, they grow new leaves to catch that sunlight. Speaking of cold weather, the plants in this next exhibit grow in the tundra in Alaska.
Ooh, brr. It sure is cold in this exhibit.
That's because the tundra environment is among the Earth's coldest and harshest habitats. A couple of plants that can survive in this environment are bearberry and Arctic moss. The tundra has long, dark, cold winters, and the plants need to be able to survive when the ground is frozen. Most of these plants are very short, and so they grow close to the ground, where it's a little warmer than it is higher in the air. They also have dark leaves that help them capture more sunlight during the summer.
That's awesome! All these plants have special features that help them survive in their own habitats.
You're right, Lester. And when a plant has special parts that help it to survive in its habitat, those are called adaptations.
Okay, then I think I know the plant with just the right adaptations for my backyard.
Great, Lester. Which one do you think will survive in our habitat?
Since we have an oak tree in our front yard, let's plant one in the backyard too.
Great idea, Lester. I know someone who will be happy to help us dig the hole to plant this.
All right, guys. So that was super cool. It talked about all about those habitats that we keep talking about, which was fantastic. So what we are going to do now is we are going to get a chance to draw a habitat. So we've been talking about habitats all week. So what we are going to do is you guys are going to pick one habitat. So ocean, forest, rainforest, desert, or Arctic. Going to pick one of those. You do not need to write this, okay? And then you're going to draw a picture of that habitat. Include examples of plants, the weather, does it rain a lot, that kinds of stuff. Okay, and you're going to do this all in your notebook, and then you're going to draw a picture of the habitat just like I did, but then you're going to label it. So you see how I did an arrow, I pointed to it, and I gave the information. So in a rainforest, it's very sunny and it's warm, okay? So I drew an arrow to the sun to indicate that it's warm, but it also rains a lot. So I drew some raindrops. Okay, you guys, this is a sketch. You guys can do a lot more detail, take your time on it, use a lot more colors. Okay, this is how Miss B has. Okay, so then I wrote that the tall trees block the small trees, the sun from the small trees. Okay, you will take this whole page. Okay, I only did it like this because I wrote the directions at the top. So you guys can pause this and you guys in your notebook can go ahead and draw a habitat and you can draw the picture of it and you're gonna label it, okay? So you guys can go ahead and do that. You guys are doing a fantastic job. So keep up all of that hard work. I love seeing how hard you're working, so I can't wait to see it. Good job.